checklist.
So let me take my nice one.
Oh, so we have the old.
Yeah, that's
okay.
all right.
Okay.
All right. If we want to let's do it this way today. So put that checklist away.
Okay.
I'm gonna be your checklist. So I want you to do everything, and I'm gonna talk you through it.
Okay.
So first thing I do when I get in here is I want to check the movement of all the controls.
So I remember from the last time, full travel is
full travel on the pedals.
live.
Looks good, and then you neutralize it 1 foot in the middle.
Oh, I see.
Yep. Because if you do 2,
you never get it exactly.
Well, mainly what could happen is you lean back and do one of those.
Oh yeah.
Which
that would be bad.
Which has happened to me before.
Yeah.
So I always put 1 foot in the middle. That way you're neutral. Okay. So next, check the cyclic. Friction's off, which is right here.
Friction's off, and we look for movement in the.
Yep, and full travel looks good.
Rotor blades and my cable's in the way.
All right. So now with the cyclic, I'll take the frictions off for you.
In the cyclic,
same thing. We're kind of looking up there and doing full all the way around the outside. Looks good. And I like to do a little inner circle too. And looks good. It's not getting caught up on anything. Nice and smooth.
So unless we're actually wanting to move, friction stays on.
Yep. So the way I like to think about it is anytime we're below operating RPM in the green, essentially. Yeah. So if we're at 75 or 55 or closed, friction's on. And then anytime you're in the green, you want to have full control, right? Because then we have full power. So we want to be able to manipulate the helicopter if we need to.
So when the friction's off, and you're flying along, if you let go of the collective, does it pretty much stay put, or does it start going down?
Ideally, the collective should stay put.
Okay.
Not all the helicopters are the same. One of ours has a tendency to fall down. One of them actually has a tendency to creep up. I actually think they fixed that since then, but
because you need your hand to like set the radio and do other things once in a while. And like the first thing Ben told me was, don't let go of this.
Yeah, don't ever let go of the cyclic, definitely. So yeah, I always use my left hand, and when I'm sitting over here and I'm flying and I want to change the radio frequency, I take this to my left hand and then I change. So the collective should stay where it's at.
Yeah, and it looks like you can.
Yep, on that side, but
you can do frequencies with this, and then that's your
to talk to the tower,
push to talk,
or talk to
transmit.
Right, transmit. Yep. Cool. So we checked free movement of controls. The only one we didn't check was the throttle. So I'll have you check the throttle too. So when it's down here, left hand on the throttle, fully open it away from you, fully close it, and then close it into the spring. Looks good.
Okay. If the spring, when the spring lets go, where is it?
This is closed right now.
It's closed. Yep. But when you go into the spring, what does that do?
So essentially, have we talked about the correlator with the collective? There's a governor and a correlator, right?
Okay. So the correlator will just ramp the throttle up when you pull it up, but then there's the governor.
Exactly.
If you get above 80%.
The governor's fine tunes it in the green.
And the correlator kind of gets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So essentially, the detent spring is, so if you're doing a full down auto rotation, Praxton and stuff, and you come into the ground, you got to raise this collective up at the end to cushion. And if you do that, that correlator is going to give you a bunch of throttle, and it's going to want to yaw to the left. So if you're into this, if you're into the detent spring, now it's closing that, essentially it's a butterfly valve. So it's basically not letting the correlator work.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So yeah, if you do it in auto rotation practice with the engine running, if you have to do a real one, without any engine power.
Yeah. So if you're doing it fully all the way to the ground, where you raise the collective up the end to cushion, you close it all the way into the spring so that it doesn't give you power when you raise the collective up.
Okay. Understood.
Cool. All right. So check the controls. Everything looks good.
Yep.
Frictions are back on. We're neutral. Now I work my way around the helicopter. So I start first up here, rotor brakes off. So it's already off, we're good. Because this one doesn't set. It's a little bit broken.
And then behind you, the fuel switch is on.
Fuel's on, circuit breakers.
Circuit breakers.
And I physically push them down.
just go along and make sure that they're all down.
Yep, looks good. Carb heat, cold, full down.
Oh, there's carb heat.
Yep,
okay,
push it down.
full down.
And I always like to make sure the governor's off too while I'm down here, which is off. You can see a little diagram. Off
okay, governor off. Yep.
So fuel mixture full rich with the guard on.
Full rich, guard on.
Right trim is down.
What is that?
So right trim, essentially the little swash plate up there that goes up to our main rotor. So tail rotor is on the left side. In a hover, it's called translating tendency. We would have a tendency to just push to the right from the helicopter pushing us. So to counteract that, they tilt the swash plate basically at a little bit of an angle so that we don't have to counteract for that with a cyclic.
And this
takes it out. So if we're flying like a long cross-country flight, you can take out that swash plate angle. So it essentially makes the cyclic more neutral. And I'll show it to you today. And it basically just makes it so it's not as much of like a forearm workout if you're flying straight. Right. You're having to counteract that little tilt the swash plate has up there. So you'll feel that today. I'll show you it while we're up there.
Okay.
So right trim's down. Avionics are all off. So I always just go off, 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 off. And we always leave the strobe on. So that one's okay to be on. So we worked our way up. Now altimeter is already pretty set here. So we just set it at the field elevation here, which is 19 feet.
Yep.
So that's about 19 feet, pretty much sea level.
And Auburn is like 100 feet?
It's like it was 67 or
yeah, because a passing comment you made while we were doing patterns there, you said we want to be 400 feet on the altimeter, which is 300 AGL.
Yes. Exactly.
So Auburn is up a little bit more.
Exactly. All right. So now master battery on.
Master battery on.
Looks good.
That's to be expected.
Yep. Everything's looking good.
Clock is running.
So clear ourselves. We'll clear on my side.
Clear over here.
All right.
Oh, okay. You can also check the strobe on the tail cone too.
Yep. All right. So now we'll fire it up. So when we start it, always you put your left hand on the throttle to make sure it's closed. If you have just right against the string like that. That was perfect.
Yep.
And right hand now fires it up. That's all right. No worries.
It's awkward here.
It is awkward.
Left, right, left.
Yep.
Both.
There you go. Now you go straight across. Alternator on, clutch on, and now
lights.
Looking good. Oil pressure looks good. Blades are starting to turn.
That has to happen within
pretty close.
5 seconds.
Yeah, about 5 seconds. Sometimes if those belts back there are really loose, it'll take a little longer than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But so now we're sitting at 55 until the clutch light goes out.
Clutch light's still on.
Yep. So what I like to use, I always pull carb heat.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling me that you pretty much use full carb heat all the time.
This time of year, yes.
Yeah.
Looking for your cord?
Yeah.
I think you grabbed it at one point.
I did. I know I had it with me.
There's not that much room in here for it to go.
Yeah, where can it possibly go? Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has to go in first. So
clutch light's out. I'm gonna roll it up to 75% now. So I just did that with the throttle.
Okay. And now we wait for cylinder head temp?
Yep, which is pretty close because I was just flying it. So let's get our headsets and everything situated first. Alright, check. Can you hear me alright?
Yep.
Alright.
And last time the Vox on mine was a little bit too low, but I think it seems alright now.
Okay, sounds a little better. Okay, so here we are, 75%.
Yep.
Ideally, we're waiting for the engine gauge to get in the green, which they already are, but we'll check our weather here. 12775 is our ATIS here at Boeing, so we'll switch it to our active. Turn up our volume.
3012, ILS approach, runway 13 right in use, landing A, departing runway 13 right, runway 13 left.
So the runways we're using are 13 left and right, so that's
3 left.
to the south. So we'll take off to the south.
SeaTac and Boeing Field Airports, expect traffic above you on final.
Also, the easy way to tell is we can see the SeaTac traffic coming in.
Short instructions.
And they're coming in against the wind.
You have
Yep.
Quebec.
We got information in Quebec.
Okay.
Boeing Field information in Quebec, 0053 Zulu, wind 2009er, visibility 10.
Alright, so winds 200 at Niner. What's that telling us?
22 degrees at 9 knots.
Close.
Close.
Very close. So 220 is 220 degrees.
220,
Yep.
sorry.
So essentially it's straight at us, right here.
Okay, so even if it's straight at us, that's kind of neutral going that way or that way.
Yep, so yeah, that's true. The only consideration would be is that left crosswind for that LTE range, which is mainly for in a hover, but yeah, you're right. For a takeoff, it wouldn't matter too much.
Okay.
We got a flag over here that we can confirm. 220 looks about 220. All right, so now we're on Boeing's tower's frequency. We're
101.83.
Yep, 118.3
or 1206.
Nice.
If you're on the other side.
Very nice. Or if we were taking off west.
Yeah, if you're taking off.
Which
522 Delta's clear the active.
I almost want to do because that's pretty thick down there, but we're gonna check it out.
Okay.
All right. So engine gauge is in the green. So now we're checking our magnetos. So magnetos are right here.
So now how much is 7%? Oh, okay, you can see 70.
Yep.
So right one first?
Yep.
So click, 1000. And back up to speed.
Yep. Now check your other magneto.
1000.
And back to both.
I mean, basically,
looks good.
Not below the yellow. That's kind of a good...
Pretty much, yeah. And it depends on where you start at, but if you're at 75, then yeah, you don't have to get the yellow. Alright, so next check, we want to check our spread clutch. So with the throttle here, we're going to roll it up to 80 first, so we know which way is up, and then we're going to close it the other way.
Oop. Going the wrong way.
Oh, so that's why we go up to 80 first. So then up to 80 and then close it. Got a little split, looks good. So that's our spread clutch we're testing for there, right?
Yep.
Good. So, last check, now we're good. So now we want to take the control frictions off. So I'll take this one off. And then the collective is right here. So it's this little white one right here, I'll get it. Alright, frictions are off. So now we want to flip the governor on.
And governor is on.
Governor is on.
So you have to go up to 80 first.
Yep. And then the governor is going to take over.
Yep. Going the wrong way. There it goes.
Alright. So last check's for our low RPM horn here. So go ahead and put your hand on the throttle with me on the collective. So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly start reducing the throttle. Raise collective a little bit. Get the horn.
Yep.
And it goes out.
Let her go back up to the green.
Yep. And looks good. Now we'll make a radio call and we're good to go. So we had information Quebec. I'm going to ask for a Rainier departure, which is that little departure route we take to the south.
Yep.
Alright. Boeing Tower, helicopter 823, Mike X-ray, H7 ramp with pad 5 for Rainier departure with Oscar.
Helicopter 823, Mike X-ray, Boeing Tower, Rainier departure is approved. Wind 180.5.
And Rainier departure approved, Mike X-ray. Alright, here we go. So feel along with me here. Nice and light on the pedals, left hand on the collective. We're going to slowly raise the collective up, eyes out ahead, nice and relaxed.
And you feel it getting light.
Yep.
You left pedal to anticipate.
Good.
And
we need a little more left pedal, a little more back cyclic. There we go, right up into a hover. Now we're just going to inch it forward. Nice and slow.
And you never believe what they say, just to be sure, right?
Yep, we want to clear ourselves. So the clear right, clear left.
Now, when you're turning, you're doing it with the pedals.
That's
right
pedal
here,
turn right there. So yep, so I'm going to face us this way. Coming out here.
And then forward cyclic.
Forward cyclic, take off. Just inching it forward. If I need a little collective, I'll add it, but I shouldn't.
And
there we go.
ETL.
Yep. Now I want to stay below 10 feet until we hit 45 knots right there. Start to climb out. I always like to aim right in between. Don't want to overfly the aircraft.
Don't want to fly the aircraft. Don't want to overfly the little, whatever that is.
Yep.
Light tower.
Good. Alright. Now you're flying.
Alright.
Basically now I head straight until I hit I-5 south lanes. And then want to follow I-5 south.
Okay, now, with a gust of wind,
yeah, we're going to
ride it out, not over control.
Exactly. Keep the controls neutral, and we're going to get some wind. I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
Look at a little thick down there.
And it's a little bit of right pedal for trim.
Good.
Eyes on the horizon. And like you're driving your car, you glance down.
Good.
So we're at 500?
Yep, 500 is good. I like to be at 500 when we hit the south wires here. So we can kind of hold our altitude for now. I'm looking at the radar, and as bad as this looks, it looks pretty small on my radar, so we'll get a little closer and check it out.
Okay, so here we have gusts.
Yep.
And
chances are we're going to get some updrafts coming off this hill here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, at some point, okay, where the railroad tracks curve, that's where we start following them.
So we're gonna sidestep Martin Luther King to the left here.
Yep.
And then we're gonna follow Martin Luther King up and then intercept the tracks. Good, so now we're following Martin Luther King.
Getting your trim here. Boy, it keeps wanting to get out of trim going.
Yep, and so why that is, a couple reasons. Number one, which direction is the wind coming from?
Yeah, it's coming from
220, right?
220, yeah.
Kind of from the right, a little bit back right. So, ideally, we're going to want to crab into the wind a little bit.
Okay.
So, you're kind of wanting to fly straight here, but what we probably need is a little bit of that action.
Okay.
See that?
Have we just crossed into Long Acres?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's Highway 405 up here.
Oh, that's I-5. Okay.
Yeah, this is I-5. So now we're going to keep flying. We're going to intercept the railroad tracks. So you keep flying, intercepting the railroad tracks, and let's try to hold 70 knots here. I'm going to switch Long Acres frequency in.
Nose down a little bit, collective up a bit.
Good. Some weird cloud formations out here. So a couple reasons why I feel happy and feel okay about coming this way. We know the wind's coming from 220, so it's pushing this to the east. And we're good, pretty much from to the west. So let's kind of keep following these tracks as best we can. I know the wind's bumping you around a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so... $70 knots, good. 600, and we're actually in trim.
Yep, looking good. A little bit rainy there in Auburn down there.
Oh yeah, you can tell where the...
Yeah. Alright, so basically, 405 right here is the end of Boeing's airspace.
Okay.
So that's where we can switch Long Acres.
So when you're coming back, do you have to contact the tower
Yep.
Before you cross?
Before we hit 405.
Okay.
Yep. So now that we're coming on 405, I like to sidestep to the right of the power lines. And that's kind of the south traffic goes to the right, and then when you come back north, you stay to the right. So I switch to Long Acres, 13377. I'm going to make my radio call. Long Acres traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays, 405 southbound at 500 Long Acres. So my radio call is just Long Acres traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-ray. We're at 405, we're southbound at 500 feet. Long
and
Acres.
I just want to kind of stay to the right of the power line.
Yep, this is perfect.
Okay. And being kind of crabbed into the wind like you were saying.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see it because the trim strings are telling me it's all good, but I mean I can see that we're, you know, at a bit of an angle.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Good.
Okay, 70 knots, 500.
Yep. A little low, so let's pull the collective up just a little bit. It's going to have a tendency to kind of rise the nose, so there you go. Very nice. Very nice.
570.
Alright, so now, next up here is going to be Auburn. So while you're still flying it south, I'm going to put Auburn's frequency into our standby.
Alright.
122.8. Good. So we're kind of having a little tendency to rock forward and back. So I think you're kind of holding your corrections for a little too long. So I got it ready right there.
Okay, well I was doing that the last time too.
Yeah, so really kind of neutralize it, make your correction, and back to neutral. Because remember, all your inputs are going to lag a little bit.
Like that. Okay, so
yep, that was better. That was a lot better.
Tweaked it and got back up to 70. Oh yeah, that's cool.
A lot smoother. So we got the Sonus pilots here, which are our next reporting point. So now I'm going to make my call. Long Acres traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays, Sonus pilots southbound at 600 feet, Long Acres.
So Sonus pile is actually what you use to identify on the radio?
Yep. Yep, exactly. And they're not even really Sonus piles. I think they're bark, but that's what everybody says, so I go along with it.
Was that wind?
So a little wind, and then when you went a little forward with it, and then you kind of held it a little bit, but which was good. But then you made the right correction, so that was good.
Because I'm trying to keep 70 here.
Yeah. See, I think your eyes are inside too much.
Yeah,
and that's where you're starting to overcorrect.
You're right.
So try not to worry about your speed too much.
Well, again, like a car.
Yep.
Keep looking out.
Eyes outside.
Glance down.
Glance down. Eyes outside. Oh yeah, we timed it right. Auburn looks great.
Okay. Yeah, where is Auburn?
So they're kind of up there, a little bit farther.
Okay.
Kind of right where if you're following this cloud, and then all of a sudden it starts to get good.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
Because we go back across I-5.
Yep, so this is 167 here, actually. So this this is our kind of last reporting point. I-5 is actually on that hill right there. It kind of goes across, parallels us.
If we go over that ridge, we're in Class B, right?
Absolutely, yep. We're in Seattle's Bravo, or SeaTac's Bravo airspace.
And we could do do that as long as you contact the tower and and their workload is enough, and they'll want to actually talk to you and let you go through.
Yeah. I got in there the other day to do a photo flight, which was interesting. Long Acres traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays 167 southbound at 600 Long Acres. Alright, so I made my last Long Acres call right here at 167. Now I'm going to switch Auburn to active and start talking to Auburn traffic. So I can see one guy up here already.
Yep.
Right there through the clouds. So I'm going to make my call, and ideally I would tell him what I'm trying to do, what runway I'm trying to land at, but I haven't heard anybody on the radio. So ideally I don't know which runway people are using yet. So I'm just going to say inbound for landing, see if anybody else is hearing what runways they're using. I have a pretty good idea it's going to be 16 to the south, but might as well just ask. So, Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays 2 miles to the north, inbound for landing, Auburn.
And Auburn traffic, RV 8 Monterey Tango Tango is right downwind for 16 at Auburn.
So that guy just came back, told us he's right downwind for 16. So that means we're using runway 16.
So he's going to come toward us, then he's going to turn on base.
Yep, exactly. So we'll probably be number 2 behind him.
Okay. So one of the things in my reading, and according to the FAA, it's kind of vaguely worded, but it's something to the effect of fixed wings and helicopters shouldn't be in the same pattern.
Yeah, kind of.
So
we do it
how does that translate? Because last time there was a helicopter followed by a fixed wing in the pattern.
Yeah. So we always, well, not always. Most of the time we do use the same pattern. And let me make a call real quick. And Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays, 2 miles to the north. We'll be making a right base for 16 behind downwind traffic, Auburn. So
Auburn traffic, RB 8 Tango Tango, right base 16.
That's why our pattern altitudes are different than fixed wing.
Oh.
So we're a little bit lower.
Okay.
But also, there's also some weird verbiage in there.
And Auburn traffic, RB 8 Tango Tango is final 16.
To say that, I can't remember exactly how it's worded, but something to the effect of the more maneuverable aircraft will give way to the less maneuverable aircraft. So that's to say that if we're kind of both converging on a runway, we're just going to let the fixed wing do his thing.
You can stop and hover if you want to.
Exactly. Or we can shoot an approach to a taxiway, or a field, or the grass, or whatever. So,
okay, now that must have been a gust of wind. So the idea is to ride it out.
1 minute now, skydive and field 14,000 feet below that.
Alright, so let's kind of, you slow it down a little bit there and climb us up. So essentially what we're going to do here is we're going to start making a base turn now. So kind of whenever you're ready, make a nice left-hand turn and do it a little bit nose low so we can get a little bit of speed back. Not too much, but just nice and low, because then we need to lose some altitude anyway. Because we need to be at 400 feet and ideally about 60 knots, but...
Yeah, it's nice to go over those power lines
so
as high as possible.
Exactly. Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays, right base 16, Auburn.
Okay, so we want to go down.
Yep, so keep kind of coming down with the collective and try to line us up with the center line here, turn into final. Looking good. I'd like to stay above 400 until we cross these wires. There you go, good. So let's kind of catch that a little bit.
A little bit of collective there.
Good. Nice, looking good. Checks for approach. Do you remember them?
3 in the green, no indicator lights.
So no warning lights, RPM's good, 3 gauges in the green, full carb heat, right trim's down.
Okay.
Alright, so let's get it back over the center line a little bit left. Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays on final 16, Auburn.
Okay, so over the road
and whenever you're ready, we're going to go lower cyclic to go down, aft cyclic to slow down. And a little right pedal, because we're lowering the collective.
Yeah, got to anticipate that.
Good.
Now, one thing that I don't know how to judge how far above the ground to stop, to pull in collective.
So ideally, we're coming in kind of fast, so I'm going to get my nose a little high. I don't want to flare too much, just a little bit high. See our airspeed bleeding off now?
Yeah.
So now I'm slowly raising the collective to shallow it out.
I can feel that. That's ETL, right?
Yep, we're coming out of ETL as we're coming into ground effect. And here we are in a hover. So this
You've got a lot of left pedal.
Yep, because we pulled a lot of collective in there at the end.
Okay.
So it's really at the end, it's left pedal and collective simultaneously.
Okay.
Because if we increase power, we need to increase the amount of anti-torque.
If you increase power, you're going to be putting on left pedal.
Exactly. So let's get out of this guy's way here and over traffic. Helicopter 823 Mike X-ray is taking off 16 for right close traffic. Auburn.
Okay.
All right.
So now it's a little bit of
forward cyclic.
Forward cyclic?
Just inching it forward. And then we're going to need extra forward right cyclic through ETL. So coming up right there.
Yeah.
There it is. Staying on our pedals, a little bit of right pedal. Wait until we hit 45. There it is. Gentle aft. Start that climb out. See how little that took?
Yeah.
The helicopter wants to climb. And then now we're in a climb.
You're not doing much collective.
Nope. Nope, we're not. So it's especially with a private student, when you're first learning, really try to leave the collective alone.
Okay.
Because if you start manipulating the collective, then you're going to need to change the pedals. And then if you're a little cockeyed and you can increase the collective, now we're going to be a little like, we like start weaving.
Yeah, okay, so now we're at 400.
Yep, so now we can start our crosswind.
Okay, now. I want to do it so that I don't pull the nose up.
Good.
Like,
Center's very traffic.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
So we just go a little forward. There you go. Now we're in our crosswind.
And now we're really going into the wind.
Yep. See how slow it feels like we're going?
Yeah.
It's because we're going into the wind.
And over the marsh.
Good, so we can kind of start our downwind turn here. We don't want to go much higher than this, so we're starting into fixed wing land. You can see maybe a little right pedal too while we're at it, getting trim. There we go. That's a good turn now. So now we'll make a right downwind radio call. Over traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-ray is right downwind for 16, Auburn. So I just said we're right downwind for 16. And the direction is the turns we're making. Good, so we're kind of slowing down. We can keep our speed up in our downwind. I actually like to be about 70 knots in our downwind. Good, stay nice and relaxed. Eyes outside, nice loose grip.
$565.
Yep, so when we're in our downwind, we make our checks for our approach.
Okay, no warning lights, RPM's in the green, 3 gauges in the green, carb heat.
And right trim's down.
Right trim's down.
We forgot to mess with that on the way down. We'll mess with it on the way back.
Okay.
Alright, so now we can start our base turn.
Okay.
Now we're going to eventually be at 400 feet and 60 knots when we align with the center line on final.
Okay, so I can, since our speed is low and our altitude's high, I can just go forward cyclic.
Good. Yep.
And take care of both of those.
It will.
60?
Yep.
Okay.
60 and ideally 400. We can do it from higher if we want, but. Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays on final 16, Auburn. Alright, so I'm going to kind of do this approach with you here, so that we can kind of see what like a textbook want to look like, okay? So I really want you to focus on not pulling to the right. So here we are, 60 knots, 400 feet. Start our approach in 3, 2, 1.
Down,
on a lower cyclic,
back,
aft cyclic.
And right pedal.
Good, so see how the nose is just a little bit high?
Yep.
We're not flaring, but the nose is just a little high. So now we're just losing our airspeed here. And now I kind of want to keep it level. Now I'm gauging my descent rate with the collective, making it kind of nice and shallow. I don't want to come below ETL yet, until we're coming into ground effect. Staying nice and level. Don't want the nose to come up. Don't want it to dive down. So now in this last third, we really want to shallow it out. And slowly raise the collective with left pedal.
Left pedal.
Good. Very nice. Keep that coming. Keep that coming. A little more. See when you really yank the collective there? How much left pedal you needed?
Yeah.
But that was good. That was nice and smooth.
A lot of left pedal.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So they're pulling a bunch of power in. Alright.
Wow, you can't let off that left pedal much at all.
No.
Without, okay, so now we just ease forward.
Yep, let me make a radio call first. Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays, taking off 16, right close traffic, Auburn. Alright.
Auburn traffic, Turkey 63 Sierra, dash point west or eastbound for
just
landing.
Just a tiny little bit.
Yep, stand on your pedals.
ACL.
Extra forward right.
2.5 to the northeast, landing 16, Auburn.
A little more right pedal. There you go. Alright, now we start climbing out.
Climb out and
so I want to just show you a point real quick. Okay, watch our airspeed. Watch our airspeed. I'm going to give it some left pedal. See that?
Yeah.
Does that seem right?
No.
So what do you think is causing that right now? We talked a little bit about it earlier. I'll give you a hint.
It's got to be something to do with the pitot.
Good. So what direction is the wind coming from?
That way.
So if I go away from it, now there's no air coming in.
There's no air coming in.
See that?
Right, got you.
So sometimes, alright, let's start our crosswind turn. So sometimes, especially newer students on their takeoffs, when they don't stay on their pedals, and you get a bunch of yaw left and right, the pitot tube's coming out of the air, and like I had a student earlier that was getting up to 60 knots before he was starting to climb, because he was staring at his airspeed, and it was like a 20 knots or 0 or something, because the pitot tube was out of the wind.
Got it.
So you just got to be aware of that. Knowing how our instruments get their information. Nice, alright. So now let's turn downwind, and let's try to get 70 knots in our downwind.
Yep, got the nose up a little bit. Alright, here we go.
There we go, looking good. Alright, now we're in our downwind. I'll make my call for right downwind 16. Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays, right downwind 16, Auburn.
So you said 70?
Yeah, we'll go 70. I like to be at 70 and 600 in my downwind.
Okay. Up collective just a hair, and forward cyclic.
Good. So
670.
Yep, so we made our radio call. We're at our downwind numbers. Now let's do our checks for our approach.
No warning lights. Tachometer's good. 3 gauges in drain. Carb heat. And what do you call it?
Right trim.
Right trim.
Good.
I gotta remember right trim.
Yeah, it's hard when you don't ever use it. So we got one guy on final. We got him in sight. Looking good. Cross the wires. Now we can start our base. Alright. So we're going a little fast, but that's alright. Probably going to need to start our turn soon to final.
Yeah.
Looking good. Our traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays on final 16, Auburn. There we go.
For Victor, clearing 16, Auburn.
Get back over to the right a little bit.
Yep. Numbers looking pretty good though. Alright, so this one, when you go aft cyclic, really try to go directly aft. Almost to your stomach rather than pulling your arm back, because otherwise we're going to go to the right. So we got a little nosedive there, that's alright. So let's slow down. We're going to have to bleed off more airspeed this time, right? Because we got all the way up to 80 there.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to just hold this nose up a little bit.
160 Sierra, right downwind runway 16, Auburn.
Good, so see your tendency to go right?
Yeah.
There we go, so let's bring it back. There we go.
And sit. Okay, it's right pedal right now.
But we're going to start raising the collective.
Start raising the collective. So I'll anticipate.
A little too much.
A little too much.
There you go. Now.
That's ETL.
Yep.
And pull a bunch of power.
Good. Good. So we had to get a little more aggressive with it that time.
Yeah.
Because you kind of nosedived a little bit at the end there.
Right, right.
But other than that, we handled it pretty well. Pretty well. So when you anticipate the left pedal, you want to anticipate it as you're pulling the collective. You kind of did a little bit beforehand, and that's why we started to go left.
Too soon.
But if you do it, you want to get a good feel for simultaneous. Nice and smooth.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it one more time.
All right.
Armor traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays taking off 16, right close traffic, over.
Armor traffic, check 5163 Sierra.
Forward right.
16, full stop number.
Staying on our pedals, good, very nice. There's 45, start our climb out. Go right pedal getting trim. There we go. And ideally, normal takeoff profile, we want to have 50 to 60 knots on takeoff. So we're a little slow right now.
Okay.
But that's okay, we're just climbing really fast then.
Right, so 300 feet, we want to get up to 4. That usually happens over the lows here.
Yep. Depending on how fast you're climbing and how fast you're going. There's 400, we can start our crosswind. Try not to let the nose come up on you.
Armor traffic 63 Sierra, flying
there you go.
Covered.
Yep, that's right.
I remember what you're saying about half of that.
Yep, small inputs, small inputs. Good, eyes outside. Looking good. We're in our crosswind. We're going to turn right downwind here soon. Probably now.
And here we go. That was a little better, I think.
That was a lot better. That was a very nice level turn. Alright, so we'll make our...
Cherokee 60 Sierra, cleared echo.
Armor traffic, click out 3 Mike X-rays, right downwind 16, over. Make our right downwind call.
So we want to be a little lower and a little faster.
Good. Alright. Looking good, let's do our checks for our approach.
Okay, no warning lights. RPM's good, 3 gauges to the green, carb heat on, and right trim off.
Good, and let's start our base turn. And let's stay above 400, we're about there. There we go.
And start our final.
Turn to final. Over traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays on final 16, over. Alright. Numbers looking pretty good. Staying over the center line. Try not to drop the nose. And in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Very nice. Now just keep that nose a little bit high. Just a little bit. Keep it over the center line. A little left cyclic. There you go. More left. More left. There we are. Keep that nose a little bit up. Don't drop the nose.
Brake pedal.
Good. Smooth it out a little bit. Shallow it out. Good. Nice. We don't want to come to a hover up here. We're going to keep coming down. Keeping that nose a little bit high. Continue raising collective. Alright, nice. A little much there at the end, but not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, hold on one sec. Let me do a little clearing turn. And Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays taking off 16. Right close traffic, we're going to keep the pattern in tight. Auburn. Alright, let me take off here real quick.
Alright.
I'm going to kind of get us back around really quick so we can do another approach because I want to show you a couple things.
Okay.
So I'm going to get my 45. I'm going to do a little more aggressive climb here. And I'm going to keep us in tight.
Oh wow, you're going on the other side of Longacre.
Yeah, I'm just trying to save some time. Number traffic, helicopter 2 X-rays, close in, right downwind 16, Auburn. Sometimes we'll do this if there's not very many people here, just so we can get a lot more patterns in, or approaches.
If I have to do this,
Yeah.
I know I'm...
Yeah, so that's a good sign. We're on a nice light grip. Nice light grip. Alright, so we'll have to make this turn a little tight. Auburn traffic, helicopter 2 Mike X-rays on final 16, Auburn. Alright, so I want you to pay attention to a couple things. Number one, think about how fast those last couple approaches felt.
Yep.
And then on this one, here we are, 400 feet, 60 knots, 3, 2, 1, lower collective, as cyclic. Watch our airspeed here.
Yeah.
Let's keep bringing it back. Now let's level off. We're below 40. Now look how slower this is.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to deal with. Or to,
A lot easier to deal with. Everything happens slower. So the only thing is you don't want to go below ETL, but that's fine. We're at 30 knots. We're at no risk of that.
Yeah. And we want to come to the right a little bit?
No, we're kind of over the center line.
We're okay. Okay.
So now we really want to shallow it, so start raising that collective. Nice and smooth and slow. Little left pedal. Keep coming down though. Keep coming down. Raising collective, nice and slow and smooth. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. It's okay. There you go. Nice and relaxed. Nice and smooth. A little more left pedal.
But the left pedal at the end.
Yeah. So the reason is, okay, I got the controls real quick.
Okay.
So the reason is your collective, you're really pulling hard at that at the end.
Yeah.
It might be because you're not kind of used to the ground and how to gauge it. But like,
I definitely am not.
so let's I'm going to kind of do one of these here real quick. So coming up, boom, here we are in ETL, and here we are on approach, okay? This is the last third of an approach right here. So we're starting to raise collective, get in left pedal, nice and slow and smooth. Nice and slow and smooth. We're going to get ground effect, there's going to be increase in lift here. So don't need to, see I'm blocking you. And look at that. We're still kind of climbing. No need to pull it up. See that? We're on a hover.
Oh, okay.
So let's try that one more time here. So I'm going to do a little makeshift takeoff. Get above ETL, pop us up. Alright, here we are on the last third of an approach.
And
slowly start raising collective, left pedal, nice and smooth. Kind of hold that, no more collective. Maybe a little more. That's good. See that? That's all you need.
okay.
There weren't any crazy pull up with jet one more time, because that one was really good. Here we go, got ETL, pop us up. Alright, here we are on our last third of the approach. Coming down. Raising collective.
Collective.
Not too much. Don't want to keep coming down.
Left pedal.
Good. Well, we're pretty high hover here, but not too high. 10 feet's about the upper limit, but that's a little much. See how we're climbing?
Yeah.
Not too bad though. Good. Good. I feel like you got a better feel for that. So let's do. Alright. Does my microphone sound weird to you?
It's a little scratchy.
Yeah, it wasn't doing that before. Alright. So we're gonna back taxi on the runway here. I want you to mainly control the pedals and the collective here and try to keep us pointed on the center line. And we're just going to give you some room to do a takeoff. So we're going to come this way. I'm going to try to keep it nice and slow. Notice how little I'm moving the cyclic too. A little more collective, a little bit.
Okay, gotta anticipate that.
Yep, and smoother with your control inputs. Even if you feel you need to rush it, no need to just yank on it. Because otherwise it's going to throw your pedals off too.
So this time, a little smoother.
That was definitely smoother. A lot better, a lot better. Everything's finesse in a helicopter.
Yeah, I'm getting used to that. Okay, I can feel ETL right there.
Yeah. Alright, now I'm going to bring it to a stop here and give me a left pedal turn. Nice and slow and controlled. Good, back facing the other way. Alright, now I want you to try to set us down. And when you set us down here, I got the cyclic. You can hold the cyclic with me. But I mainly want you to focus on the collective and the pedals. Try to keep us pointed towards down the runway the whole time. Keep your pedals the whole time. Don't look at the ground. Focus on your descent rate. And just think the weight of your hand on the collective. Don't lower it, just the weight of your hand. Should be all we need to come down. Nice. Well done. Well done.
Love it.
So
that is so cool.
When you touch down, I'm going to pick us up here. When you touch down, you want to kind of commit a little bit. So still don't yank the collective, but if you kind of like hover light on the skids, you kind of have a tendency to
so when you
bounce around.
Feel that bump.
Yep. So here I am coming down. Coming down. I want to feel the left skid, and then I commit.
Now you're down solid.
Yep. So let's have you try that one more time. All right, here we are in a hover.
Okay, then.
Focus on your descent rate, not on the ground. Very nice. Very nice. Well done. Well done. All right, so now when you pick us up, just the opposite.
So,
okay.
just like back at the field.
Yep.
So, neutral here.
Yep, and maybe neutral there.
Okay. Up slowly.
Yep. So we get light on the skids, then correct any movement, and then continue raising collective. Eyes out ahead. So wait, a little bit back cyclic, a little bit right pedal. A little bit back cyclic. Good. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, smooth on the controls. Smooth. Light grip, nice and relaxed. I'm gonna kind of let you hover a little bit. Just to kind of get a feel for it. I can already tell you have a tendency to pull to the right. If I let go of the cyclic here. Oh, you fixed it, nice. So really think small inputs, and then think correction, neutralize. Correction, neutralize. Small little correction, neutralize. Go back, neutralize. Good. Left, neutralize. It's pretty hard. Alright, so here we are. Let's get her back to a hover. There we go. I'm going to kind of sidestep us to the left a little bit. I want you to do a nice take. Actually, I'm going to set us down and see if I can't fix this scratchy. I'll have you set us down.
Okay.
Alright.
So.
Keeping your pedals flying all the way down. That's a little fast. Let's try that again. So remember, don't lower it.
Right pedal.
Just the weight of your hand.
The weight of my hand.
Focus on your descent rate. Flying your pedals all the way down. Nice. Well done. Alright, let's figure out what's going on here. Hello, 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 hello. That sounds maybe a little bit better. Okay.
Okay. Are there instrument lights?
We got... There you go.
Okay.
That's about all we got.
So now we're going to go up. Right?
Yep.
Everything neutral.
Neutral.
Eyes out.
Eyes out. And I think you're going to need back left cyclic already. That's more neutral.
Okay.
Alright, continue raising collective till you line the skids. Over traffic, helicopter 3 Mike 6 taking off 16 right close traffic, over. Little back right, little right pedal. More back right, right pedal. Good. I had to help you on the collective a little bit, but not bad. Not bad at all. So let's bring it to a hover here. There we go. And whenever you're ready, let's take it off.
Okay, right forward.
Extra forward right.
Push through ETL. And up we go. Without hardly any collective.
Yep. Let's get in trim a little bit.
Okay, so that would be
Step away from the trim strings.
Right pedal for that.
Good. Alright, show me a pattern.
Alright.
We're a little slow.
And a little low.
There we go.
Hey.
Alright, now we're looking good. Try not to let the nose come up. There you go.
That's a hard one to work on.
It is.
Okay.
So we're starting to do that little rock thing again. I think your eyes are inside.
Yeah, they are. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I don't even have to look over. I can tell based on how you're flying. Alright, so let's start turning our downwind here. There we go. So, right about there. We'll start to get our speed back, get a little lower. Make a radio call. Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays right downwind 16, Auburn. Alright, now we'll do our checks for approach.
Okay, no warning lights. RPM's good. 3 gauges in the green. Carb heat and right trim.
Alright.
We're a little high.
A little high. So we can probably lower that collective and maybe speed us up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit lower collective, a little bit forward cyclic. Right pedal for trim.
Very good. Alright, so you can probably turn base.
Okay, turning base.
Want to stay above 400. Eyes outside. Alright.
And turning to final.
Yep, turn final. Auburn traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays on final 16, Auburn. Kind of descending a little bit, so let's stay above 400. There we go. And why don't you turn our lights on for us? So go ahead and cue the mic, cue the trigger about 5 times.
This one?
Yep. See that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, there you go.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Okay, so we're at 60 and
Looking good?
less than 500. So now we want to really slow down.
Yep, so slow down. Nose up, slow down. There we go. Keep bleeding that speed off, keep bleeding that speed off. There we go, not quite. There we go. So we're still pulling to the right. See that?
Yeah.
Let's go left. Good. Stay nice and level. See how much slower and smoother it is, though?
Yeah.
If you get that speed off early.
Speed off.
Now we're shallowing it out. Start raising that collective. Little left pedal. Staying nice and level. Don't let the nose come up. A little more collective. That's good. Good. Really good. Really good. Other than our tendency to go right, that was pretty smooth. Alright, let's take off one more time. Actually, set us down one more time while we're here.
Alright. Okay, so right pedal and
nice, that was pretty good. I don't think you even meant to do it that good.
I didn't mean to do it quite like that.
You did it though. That was pretty nice. Alright, now pick us up.
Okay, so
really try to pick us up straight this time.
slowly up.
Yep. So
eyes outside.
There you go.
Right on the stairs. About there.
Little left pedal.
Little left pedal.
Little back right cyclic. Or sorry, back left, my bad. A little more left pedal. A little better back cyclic. Good. Hover traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays, taking off 16, right close traffic, departing to the north, hover. Alright.
Now a little bit forward.
Yep. Inch it forward, stay on your pedals. Extra forward right, cyclic. Stay below 10 feet till we hit 45 knots. And there's 45, start our climb out. Already climbing, looking good.
Now this climb out's a little bit more aggressive.
A little bit. A little bit. We're holding our speed better this time.
I just have to beat it into my head to look out.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, and let's start turning right crosswind.
Yep. A little bit too much.
Alright.
What I really need to do is think going to the right and pushing forward, even though I'm not really pushing forward.
Right. You mean until the nose doesn't come up?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Hover traffic. Helicopter back X-rays right downwind, 116, departing to the north, hover. Alright, so now we're going to head north and do our Long Acre, go through Long Acres back to Rainier Arrival, back into Boeing. So,
okay, so where do we want to be?
So I like to just continue to fly this downwind until we get sort of up by Highway 167 and then cross over to the east tracks. So there'll be a couple of things I'll kind of show you tricks at night. But before I forget,
Skyhawk 64280 is 5 miles west of the field. We'll be entering the downwind for a full stop on 16, hover.
So feel the cyclic here. I'm going to pull this right trim for you, okay? Feel that change?
Yeah.
so it should be a little bit less workload on you now. It should almost feel like it's more centered.
I don't want to go quite over the railroad track.
Yeah, no, let's keep going straight for now.
Here.
So ideally, it's for if you're doing longer cross-country flights, it reduces your workload.
Yeah.
Because the cyclic's more centered. You don't have to fight it.
So do I want to be a bit higher than 500?
500, so we don't want to go lower than 500.
But we want to be lower? Oh,
we don't want to be lower.
Okay.
So I always say 5 to 700. At nighttime, I go 600, kind of the sweet spot. So you don't, so you're clear of all obstacles. You know, I fly this around so much, it's like, I know 500 feet you're fine the whole way, but we might as well go 600, just for the sake of it. There we go.
Okay, had a little speed up there, so I can just
looking good.
get to 600 without any collective.
Exactly. Arbor traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays 2 miles to the north, departing to the north, last call, Arbor.
Arbor traffic, Skyhawk 64280 is turning on the downwind for 16, full stop up.
Alright.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a little wind.
a little fast there.
Yeah.
What happens if you exceed V never exceed?
Yeah. So, there's a couple answers to that question. There's the correct answer, there's the textbook answer, there's the politically correct answer. So,
What's the real world answer?
the real world answer is you're going to cause heavier fatigue and stress on the helicopter, specifically all the bearings and everything up in the main rotor. That's the main thing, which essentially reduces lifetime of the parts.
Okay.
At some point past V&E, we will get retreating blade stall.
And at that point, you go to the left.
What was that?
Traffic, Skyhawk 642.
Yeah, so if we got retreating blade stall, we're going to roll to the left and nose is going to come up.
And does that tend to be self-correcting, or if that starts happening, then you're in big trouble?
You're in a little bit of trouble. You can, so, you won't find in any textbooks that say it's going to be self-correcting, because they're trying to teach you the correct recovery from it. But I've heard from test pilots that when they went and tried to recreate it over and over, most helicopters, it is self-correcting.
Okay.
Because you ends up pulling the pitch out of the blades. But if you're going to recover from it, you want a lower collective to get the pitch out of the blades, and obviously slow down a little bit. But you know, essentially your nose coming up is going to slow down anyway. So let's kind of keep going straight here. Long ears traffic, helicopter 3 Mike X-rays 167 northbound, 600 long ears.
I'm not sure why I'm going to the right. Is it the wind?
We are definitely getting pushed from the left, but
Yeah.
we did a little turn too. So these are the tracks we're following, so we kind of can parallel them. We don't have to go right over the top of them. Alright. Looking good. So while we're coming up here through Long Acres, I'm going to switch to Boeing's ATIS information again, so we can listen to the weather.
We know which
Information.
one we get.
Yep.
Runway 13 right, approaching use, landing and departing, runway 13 right and runway 13 left.
The runway is 13, so we still have south flow.
SeaTac and Boyne Airports, expect traffic above you on final. Notice to airmen, unlit water tower, 0.2 nautical miles south-southwest of Boyne Field, data below 120 feet AGL. Unlit tower, 2.22 nautical miles west-northwest of Boyne Field, data below 80 feet AGL. Vashon departure not authorized. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Romeo.
Romeo.
Wonder why is there no Vashon?
Information. Romeo. Time 0153 Zulu. Wind 190 at 5.
Alright.
Why is there no Vashon departure?
So, Vashon departure is more of a fixed wing thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like a specified departure route.
Yeah, it goes out over the sound, right?
Kind of, yeah. It basically, they take off south, they do a really tight right downwind, go back to the north, and then once they're clear of past the tower, then they head out over the sound. So the problem was, tower was asking people, hey, are you familiar with the Vashon departure? And they were saying yes, and then when they really weren't.
Okay.
And then they were just busting up into SeaTac's airspace.
So, Victor Juliet, turn left contact ground.
So now they're not letting anybody do it.
At least for right now.
For right now. We'll see if they put it back, but...
That kind of stuff is totally at the controller's discretion.
Pretty much, yep. Point Tower, helicopter 823, Mike X-ray, Long Acres, would like rain arrival for pad 5 with Romeo.
Helicopter 823, Mike X-ray, Boeing Tower, rain arrival approved.
Rain arrival approved, 3 Mike X-ray.
Okay, so.
So the apartment buildings are over there with those amber lights up on the hill.
Yep, and the big bright sodium vapor ones are probably that gravel pit.
Yep, exactly.
This is really smooth air right here.
What was that?
I said this is really smooth air right, well,
yeah.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, well, once we get closer to this hill, you'll feel it, I guarantee it. It's only like 5 or 6 knots, but we'll still feel it.
Yeah.
So let's hit the apartment buildings, or go fly over them, don't hit them.
Yeah.
And keep climbing up to about 850.
Boeing Tower, 50838, coming up on the 520 bridge with information flight inbound for landing.
There's a little bit of that wind.
That's 5083.
Let's kind of start turning left.
Straight in, runway 13 left.
I want to follow.
And this road's hard to
Straight
see,
in,
but
13 left, report stadium 838.
let's find it.
Yeah, it's not all lit up like,
There it is. Right up there, we'll pull that
yeah,
up.
okay. Yeah.
I got a 3 Mike X-ray, disregard report, pad 6 clear land.
Pad 6 clear to land, 3 Mike X-ray. Alright.
Oh, we're at 1,000 feet.
Yep, so we can start slowly coming down.
Oh yeah, backing off that collective, I need right pedal even
Yep,
up here.
exactly.
Okay, so we're coming off the hill.
Yep, so we're going right over the south wires right now.
The wires
Looking good. Coming into the corner of the field.
coming into the corner, yeah, I-5, and then we cross over and follow the railroad tracks.
Good.
And go down. I forget the name of the building you
Clay
said.
Lacy. Building's called Clay Lacy. It's like an FBO. Because we know we want to take off and land with the flow of traffic. We know it's 1-3, so it's south flow. So we need to circle around and land back in south. Looking good.
And over the freeway.
Keep going, hit the railroad tracks. I like to stay about 300 feet. Right about there. Good, following the tracks.
Novak Commander 162 Alpha Lima, Boeing Tower, runway 13 right, clear to land.
Alright, slow, there we go.
Do I want to be getting slower now?
Yep, we're doing alright. So there's our spot we're gonna land. So we're gonna go farther down here. And Clay Lacy's coming up right here. So this building right here is Clay Lacy.
Okay.
So we're gonna start lower collective,
Lower collective.
half cyclic.
Half cyclic.
Start your turn. Looking good, I don't see any traffic. Keep the turn a little tighter.
Boeing Tower,
Very
503,
nice.
stadium inbound.
Aiming for the big American jet.
Start.
838, roger, runway 13 left, clear to land. Traffic approaching Vidalia Bay for the parallel runway, the commander 1.
Raising that collective with left pedal.
Looking for that traffic clear to land to 13 left.
Back to Alpha Lima, traffic at the stadiums for the parallel runway, Cessna 1300 indicated.
There we go, a little low, but not too bad. Now we're nice and smooth. Line ourselves with the yellow line. I'm going to pull this up a little bit so our rotors aren't at the same height. Yeah, looks good. Set us down. Staying on my pedals all the way down.
Back to Alpha Lima, thanks.
Not the speed
Down
list.
you go. Okay.
So I'm going to be your checklist again. So you got controls?
I got controls.
Okay. I'm going to be your checklist. So first thing we do, roll down to 75%.
Behind and to your right, 1
So
mile.
it's towards you. There we go.
Has you in sight.
75. Keep it going to 75. And then flip the governor off on the end there. And control friction's on.
To the left is on or to the left is
So
on?
the right is on. Righty tighty, lefty loosey on those.
And the one back here?
Yep, and I can probably snag that one since I can see it. I got a good angle. Alright, looks good. Alright.
Okay, so cylinder head temperature.
So last thing we do, we'll mark our time. So you're right, we do the cylinder head temp. So we're going to call it on the 12.
Okay.
So minute and a half.
Minute and a half.
Drain this out, get a little less vibration. Alright, so we're coming up on 1 minute.
Yep. Where was the start point on the second half? Was it up at the 12?
We started at the 12, yep.
Okay.
So once it gets to the 6,
So that's 1 minute and 30 more seconds.
and then when it gets to the 6, then we'll close the throttle, disengage clutch.
Right. Do I roll it all the way into the spring or just
And you can just close it.
close it? Okay.
There's the 6, close throttle,
And
and disengage clutch. And mark our time on the 8, wait 30 more seconds. So tendency to fall. Alright, so coming up on the 2, we're going to pull our fuel mixture. There we go. And then we go magnetos off,
Magneto's off.
alternator off, and
Alternator.
nav lights.
Nav
So my check, I always do only
that
2
nav
things.
lights?
Nope, that's strobe.
Strobe, okay.
So only 2 things should be on, master and the strobe.
And we leave those on until we get the rotor brake.
Yep, till the blade
And when the
stops
clutch
spinning.
light goes out, you can start pulling the rotor brake.
Yep, and rotor brake we always want to do nice and light. Just
Yep.
kind of the weight of your arm, and in bursts.
Okay, clutch light is out.
Clutch lights out.
So what's the price of low lead these days?
Honestly, I'm not sure what it is now that oil's dropped so much. I think it's about $5.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Last I checked was a few months ago, and it was like $6.50. But it's got to be lower than that now.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's all right. Before anyone sees.
It's a point of pride.
Yeah, that's right.
So did you already check the hobs, or you need to look at that?
You can check it.
Okay. One 609. Oh, okay. It rolls that way. Okay, and you see it, you own it. 16098.
Last part of the day, I gotta tie this baby down real quick.